Well, it's that time again. Time for another Creativerse update. This time, it's R44, the industrial update, and we have new blocks, as you can see by this stuff here. So let's start laying them out. I should let you know, this is a premium block pack. It costs 1,000 coins, but for those of you who don't want to put down money on it, or want to try some out, if you go into the store, there are 2 packs you can get for free. One of them is a new blueprint, which contains no recipes, but it does have all the blocks you need to build a blueprint, which is quite a large amount of the new blocks. And there's also one that gives you 5 of the new recipes, totally for free. So if you want to try it out, but you're not entirely sure that you want the full pack, I would recommend going to the store and getting those. And hey, even if you're not, they're free, why not? So let's start laying these out here. We've got the industrial floor first, and like a lot of the kind of themed block sets, like the Halloween set, this is kind of multi-purpose. Different sides have got different textures. You can see here we've got actually quite a few here. We've got the standard kind of plain concrete, vertical stripes, diagonal stripes, and a kind of pothole texture on the bottom. We've got the industrial table, which is pretty cool actually. It can be used as a table, but if you kind of make stacks out of them, it looks a lot like scaffolding or kind of steel supports for kind of ironwork buildings like bridges and things like that. And let's see, we have the industrial non-skid floor here, which is kind of, it's another one of those multi-texture ones. We've got 3 textures. Diamond pattern non-skid here, a kind of chain link style block here, and a kind of cleaner sided chain link one here. It does still create a boundary between the blocks. It's not entirely, it doesn't like link or anything, but it is good for those of you who might want to have larger areas of it. And next up we've got industrial grated wall. This one is, as far as I can tell, yep, it's the same on all sides, but it's a nice kind of change from that one, especially if you want a bit of a brighter block. And we have the plain old industrial wall. This is basically like a solid iron block. It's got this kind of texture on most sides, but on the top it's got this embossed texture as well. And yeah, it's not on the bottom. So just on the top it's got this embossed texture, and on the rest it's kind of a plain iron block wall. Quite versatile. We've also got these stair blocks, which are quite cool. They can be used for all sorts of things, so you can use them for stairs, you know, and go up them. But as you can see here, they actually work quite well as well, similarly to these, as supports for larger structures. And that's a theme we'll be seeing a lot of in this update. A lot of the blocks here have been designed to be usable as furniture or as a kind of a detail, but also to be used for other purposes and kind of larger structures. So we've also got the smokestack, and this particular one, it doesn't do much on its own, but there's another piece which seems to be designed to be put on the end of it. Oh yeah, this can be rotated as well. You can rotate this freely. You can do that with these as well, I should point out. These can all be rotated in any direction you want, so you can have this come up, maybe join with a square block there, and then you can kind of have it coming up here if you want to have a pipe network. But if you get this guy, he is a smoke emitting block. It's the industrial chimney, and basically it's a particle emitter. It emits a big cloud of black smoke, and it looks really cool. With a lot of these things, you can turn it off just with an interaction. I don't know if you can hook that up to a machine. I don't think so, but you can turn it on and off anyway. And we've got the fence next. Now, I personally really like this fence block because it fits in with the steampunk kind of industrial vibe of this set, but it also looks just about clean enough that it would fit in with sci-fi builds as well. Like, if you put this with a hyper-modern block set, it would still fit in, but it also fits in with these. So that's really nice and versatile. Just to pull in... there is a gate to that, but I don't think I have that with me. Let's have a look. Yes, I'm afraid there is a gate, but I do not have it. It was not in the chest. But yeah, there is a gate for these. Has the same textures, but acts as a gate. I'm afraid I don't have that to show you, unfortunately. Next up, we have a fan. Now, this acts just like the kind of Architect fan we currently have, the default fan. But it's got this kind of cool, you know, industrial look to it. And it's an animated block, which is quite cool. There's a lot of animated blocks, like you'll see of the cogs over there. And we'll be getting to those soon. That's a really nice feature of this update. We've got a new chest as well. The industrial locker. This has 32 slots, so I think that makes it equivalent to the default smaller kind of Architect chest, I think. Don't quote me on that though. I I don't actually know. I don't count my chest sizes often enough. We also have this industrial bellows guy, which, like with the other animated blocks, can be turned off with an interaction. And it looks really cool. And if you can hear, it has this cool little sound effect of an engine running inside it somewhere. Now let's get on to the next animated block, the cog. So here we have these, and if you look, if you put them down, not only are they animated, but they actually fit into each other. You can rotate these as well. You can do that with the bellows as well. Everything can pretty much be rotated at this point. And yep, you can turn them off just like the other stuff. And these also have, don't know if you can hear, their own sound effect as well. A lot of things have really cool sound effects in this update. In addition, we've got an industrial vent. This is another particle emitter, just kind of it's steam this time, so it has this kind of different vapor effect here. You can turn it off as well, and like with most things, you can rotate it to blow out in whatever direction you want. Now, it's getting a bit dark here, so what I'm going to do is start showing off the lights. And, yep, there's a few lights I'm afraid I don't have here to show you, but because I think Sidon must have accidentally left some out, but it's okay. We've got this one here, the simple industrial light, and it's very quiet. You might not be able to hear it, but there is a slight humming it emits, which is really cool. Very thematic and realistic. We also have this guy, the industrial lamp, and this is quite a cool one. It fits in with a lot of more modern builds as well. You can just imagine this hanging from the ceiling of a cafe above tables. So that's really cool. Now I'm gonna put a bunch of these down so we can see what we're doing. So let's work over here, because now we can see what we're doing, because it's getting a bit late on us. We have an industrial LED, which, interestingly, its thumbnail shows a green LED, but the actual version is white. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can change its color. I don't. Oh yeah, you can, because an LED is. I think yeah. This is the equivalent of the normal LED for this. So yeah, you can change its color. Cool. Okay. Next up, we have two switches. We have this guy, who kind of has this kind of red-green toggle on him. Very kind of heavy style switch, kind of like the brakes on a train car and things like that. And we have more of a kind of wall switch. Let's see if I can, if I shine a light on that, will that get a bit more easy to see? He's just very dark. Okay, so he's a little bit dark. Doesn't seem to be responding to lighting very well, but he's like a wall switch. You know, he's like one of those toggle switches. So let's see, what else have we got left? Yeah, we've got the industrial ladder, and the window, and the door. Okay, yeah, so I've got 24 items here, but there's 26 in the update. I'm just missing one light, and there was another one. Yeah, the gate over there. That's all I'm missing here. The light is kind of a greenish blue light, very similar to this guy, except it's kind of a kind of horizontal light, which it's stuck to its horizontal axis to the board, not sticking out vertically like this. And it's got, you know, it's got a really nice quality of light, actually. I'm really, it's unfortunate I can't show you, because I don't have it. I haven't bought the pack, because I can't always afford to buy new packs, which is why I'm really happy Sidon has lent me these blocks to use for this update. But yeah, unfortunately can't show you that, but it is really cool. So, he does actually have a video out, so you can check his out to see blocks. At least I believe he does. And yeah, here we have the industrial ladder. And like with the other ladders, this can be rotated in all sorts of ways as well, just like that. And yeah, Side was saying this actually looks pretty good if you were to use it as a railway track. It actually kind of has a cool look to it. And if you see, oh, he might want me to sleep in the castle. I think there might be beds in the castle. Yeah, there is a really cool sound effect to that there, if you can hear that. It's got this kind of steel sound effect. And that is actually the case for a lot of the other blocks as well. Like, if I'm walking on here, we get a similar sound effect. Just gonna... And so I might go for just a moment, and I'll be back when we've got it light again. Okay, we're back. I slept so we can have it a bit brighter and Sloppy can work in the daylight. Now, this is, I think, possibly my favourite new block, and that is the industrial window. I really, really love this block. If you look at it, it's an old-fashioned style kind of poured window pane, like poured glass. Like, it's got this kind of cloudy effect because it's not as pure as modern glass would be. And I really love it because it fits in with old-fashioned style builds. Now, if I use Remy D's really nice in build up here, just to show you the difference. Like, these windows here, the ones of the wood window, the wood looks nice, but the window pane looks really sci-fi. It just looks bizarrely pure. It doesn't look like glass like that. It looks like some weird future glass. And I use these because I've got in my own kind of build on my Let's Play series, because it's got the window frame. And it kind of looked the most like a window as what we have, but this, the glass itself doesn't look very good. But if you see these instead, it fits in with old-fashioned builds really well, stone and wood. So if I ever do, like, justify the cost of getting this pack, I will definitely be replacing all of the windows in my Let's Play world with this. I might even get someone who's got it to come in and, like, craft me a load, just so I can have them for that purpose alone, because it fits in so much better with the kind of medieval building style than the wood windows do, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I really, really love these blocks. These windows are amazing. Last but not least, at least I think last, yes, yeah, we have the industrial door. You know, and that's just, it's a door. It's a really nice texture, though, especially for those of you building with a lot of iron. It's a really, really cool texture. And it's got a really nice sound effect as well. It's got this really heavy, clunky sound effects. Like, the textures for this pack look amazing, but I just don't think... I think a lot of people might gloss over the sounds, and the sound effects for this are amazing. Really, really great sound work. Now, there have been a few other kind of small changes as well. So it's changelog time. So, the hoverjet is the recipe which is in the free pack. You can the free version of the pack, one of the free recipe pack, that is. But there is another one, the Robo Retreat, which is a much bigger blueprint as well. So look out for that. There is also a few other changes. You might have noticed that my cursor looks a bit different to normal. I don't know how well that comes out on video. That is because if you go into game settings like this, you can change your cursor. Like so. So you can just choose between a load of different symbols and your cursor can just be anything. It's not a major thing. You know, it's no world-shattering event, but it is nice to be able to do that. Like, I like this crazy little symbol here, the X with the 4 dots. I expect that it's got a name, but I don't know what it is. But I like that as a cursor. It looks pleasingly strange. So, there's, of course, there are other things. Let's just go and have a look. There have been a few kind of changes, like they've done some more stuff to make windows and fences fully rotatable now, so a few of the blocks that weren't rotatable before now are. Oh yeah, there's one thing I'm going to try and find. I found some of this really cool over in the cave here. Ore nodes now have this kind of, not exactly glow in the dark, but kind of like a sheen effect to them to help you find them without torches. And they look really beautiful. Like, these are coal nodes here. I don't know if you can see them. Let's move in a little bit closer. You can see they've got this kind of glittery effect, a little bit like mica in a dark cave. This mirror is going to bother me, but see this little kind of shiny effect they've got? I think there's an obsidian node in here somewhere as well. Yep, here we go. So you can see they've just got these, it's not a major thing, and they don't emit any light, but they can be seen in a dark background. So that's really nice, and that's all of the ore nodes as well. So, you know, your diamond and iron nodes will have effects as well. But to see them, you will have to go out into your worlds and adventure. So yeah, there's also been a few small changes to the UI for claims. So if you go into claims, there's some been a few kind of slight changes to how it looks, and I don't know if it was there before. I never noticed it before, but now you see a time when the last player was logged in. I'm not going to say that's new because I don't know if it's new, but it surprised me, so I think it is. Oh god. Oh, the poor Pixie looks like he got himself stuck. Can I rescue? I'm not pulling a block to rescue. That's too much work. If I can't push you out... Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're going to be stuck in there, because I'm not going to bother actually pulling a block to rescue. That's too much like work. Yeah, the Arctech chests have been reduced in cost by 1 Arcstone each. And also iron textures for blocks apparently have had some changes to their textures to bring them into line with each other more. So let's see, iron. See if we can see. It's going to be grey. Yeah, so I can't actually see that right now, but yeah, there's been some changes to the iron textures anyway, so that's all good. I did always feel like they were a little bit mismatched before. There's been a few bug fixes to some various things. Nothing hugely major this time, but some bug fixes. So yeah, a few things will run more smoothly. There has also been a small announcement. They announced it in their live stream. So if you missed that, they do a live stream whenever they bring down servers for a new update. So in the future, if you notice that Playful have brought down the Creativerse servers for an update, check out their Twitch channel, Twitch/PlayfulCorp, because they usually do a live stream of the update, showing off the new features. So check that out. They usually have a few giveaways as well. You know, they give away kind of some coins packs, usually, maybe a few other things. So yeah, do check that out. It's always a good time. But they've announced a thing. They haven't said when it will come, just soon. They'd like to do it soon. They would like to do custom blueprints. Yes, custom blueprints. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we'll be able to make our own blueprints. And I don't know, will that use the Steam Workshop? I imagine that would be the easiest way for them to do it, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they implement that. So yeah, we'll eventually, hopefully, be able to make our own blueprints and publish them for other players to download into their game and use. Much like you would kind of get blueprints, in some cases, off the store right now. So yeah, that'll be really cool, and if it does happen, I do intend on making my own blueprints of some parts of my world, like sections of wall and things like that. I don't know how big they're going to be. It's quite likely that we won't be able to make anything quite as big as the castle here, because the data for them would take up quite a lot of storage space, and I'm just not sure if their servers could handle hosting that much stuff. But we will see. I don't know. Maybe we will have them as big as that, but I would say don't expect to have anything bigger than a single claim in size. And yet, for reference, the castle, as you can see here, is a bit bigger than one claim in size. So yeah, it's really cool though. Hopefully we get it at some point. I think they're pretty set on doing it now. They just haven't actually confirmed when. But it might even be next month. Who knows? Really looking forward to it though. And if it comes out, I will definitely be making some blueprints of things I've built so that players can, people can, you know, can recreate them in their own worlds if they choose. Anyway, I think that's it for this update. Yeah. It's quite a big update, actually. It's the second largest block update we've had so far. I think it might even be the largest. I don't have the numbers. Actually, yes, I think it is the largest. I think the second largest is 22 blocks. So yeah, at 26 blocks, this is, I think, block-wise, the biggest update yet. So I'm really happy for that. It's a really cool, distinctive themed pack. But that's it for the features of the update. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the update if you'd like, and I'll see you next time. See you later.